Hello and welcome to Inside Ball, the review of round two. Kevin Walters, Ben Dobbin, a lot to get through in this episode. Round two done and dusted. Yeah. And Kevie,
how was your weekend, Dobbo?
Not bad at all.
Triple M yesterday.
I worked all yesterday. Yeah, we had the boys' birthday party, the twins' birthday party yesterday morning, which I didn't say that. I'll tell you where I was on Saturday. The Great Norths Rugby League Club in Ipswich.
Right. Had their season launch,
They had their season launch, raising money for a young bloke who was in a really bad accident. He was sitting, it was well reported, he was sitting just at a cafe at Bundamba and a car ploughed into them. Anyway, they raised over 20 grand. But they had Neville, Cliff, Kevin and Alan Langer all there in the room.
That would have been so funny.
And Kevie, I know how close you are. You knew the whole room, mate. Like Rossi Williams, everybody was there. But I thought Alan Langer was the funniest. Langer?
No, he's not.
Kevin Langer is by far, like, mate.
He's hilarious.
He did manage to smash a window at the Bundamba racetrack.
That would have been all part of the gig,
mate. But I tell you what they did, and I tell you what we did auction off, and we're diverting really quickly. But they had an original Ipswich Jets jersey. Right. And I didn't know that Cliffy was the first ever number one Jet. So they all played for the Jets, all of them, and they all had their numbers there, and they'd signed it. And it was a one-off, one and only. Made $3.5 grand. Like, I would have bought it because of just how special it was.
Had the old Colonel on the front.
It was from Peerless. Peerless got it. They went to Peerless. It was one of one. And but Kevin Langer and Alan Langer, they should be doing a tour. You think Vince Arendi's funny? You think, mate, Kevin and Alan Langer. Yeah. Mate, I thought Out was the smartest one and the funniest one. Mate, he's nothing on Kev. Yeah. Like, mate, what a character. Good family and great rugby league club, North. The Railways. Yeah. They love it.
They used to be the Railways. They changed it to North.
North Tigers.
They were originally the Railways because the Railway Workshop
is right there.
Around the corner from their home ground.
Yeah.
And then North Ipswich, North Tigers. So, they've been a really strong club in Ipswich.
Great club, mate.
For a long time.
Great club.
Produced some really good footballers as well.
I'll tell you what they did. They had a huge crowd at the Bundamba racetrack, and it was an honour. I had to do the auction. It was an honour to be there. It was a really good afternoon.
I love it when you put back into the community. I
always do. Yeah. I always do. But I actually got a real buzz, and I actually walked out, and Ike rang me. He was driving back. Ben Eichen rang me, and I said, I've just realised why I love rugby league so much. And it's those kind of, like, we love rugby league, but when you get there, no, he was driving back. He'd just been at Sunny Coast versus Harvey, but there was a trial game.
Oh, okay.
He'd been at trial game. He was driving back, and he rang me and he said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm just leaving the racetrack. You know, I'd just done an auction for the North Tigers out of Ipswich." And you realise why you love rugby league when you go to grassroots.
Definitely.
Everybody's done up, mate. It would have been a big old dusty night, mate. They were Paul Wilkinson, Wilco, Blackhall Street Butchery. He just was leading the charge.
Was he?
He was leading the charge.
On a
Saturday afternoon. Beautiful. What do we learn? 4 things we learnt from round 2.
There's plenty we learnt, Dobbo.
What do we learn?
All right. The Penrith Panthers. They've been the standout team.
6 points in 2 rounds.
2 rounds. Now, what I like about the Panthers, their defence is good. Their leaders, 2 things. Their leaders are really standing up.
Yep.
Yo, Cleary, Edwards, Leota, whichever way you want to say it. Those blokes really standing up. And that young Blaze Talangi, he's really coming into his own. If you think about the Panthers in the last 4 or 5 years, there's been a lot of turnover of players after every premiership win. This year, everyone's talking about, there's been none, right? The boys,
but their system, you talk about systems. Their system,
very
defensively, like Kev, it's round 2, and we don't get carried away.
No.
But they are, for me, at the moment, the standout. They did make 15 errors against the Broncos in week 1, so they're not playing anywhere near there. But their defence.
But they played a different style of football against the Broncos, trying to catch them out a little bit on their edges, which you can expect some more errors from them. But they went back to the old Panthers out at Bathurst.
Didn't they cheat the Sharkies? The Sharkies, mate.
Well, what's the noise around Sydney on the Sharks?
Mate,
round 2, I guess.
Round 2, they did a job on. Look, I drank the Kool-Aid. I drank the Kool-Aid. They did a job on the Titans week 1. They went up there. They would have been upset. They play the Dolphins next week. That'll give us a bit of an indication. You know what I learnt? That Melbourne Storm don't need Ryan Pappenhausen. Sui Fa'alongo, mate. Excitement machine.
3 tries.
We've seen him coming along over the last couple of. I thought Craig Bellamy. Did you hear his press conference?
Yeah.
2 years ago, he rocked up for a pre-season. And Bellyache said, I could have beaten him. Well, that's not a benchmark because he's as fit a bloke as I know.
He would have beaten him on the
turned
roller.
up. Geez, he's just got something about him, and he's got a pretty good coach down there in Billy Slater helping him with it.
Yep.
He looks and plays like Slater in the sense of where he runs and his position.
Yeah, and a couple of those tries, one of them was a team try, but one of them was just his pure brilliance. A lot like the great fullbacks can manufacture. And the other thing I like about Dobbo is he's a great example for all those kids out there that are playing rugby league, girls and boys, that no matter what size you are, there is a position in this game
for everybody.
Like he'd be lucky to be 80 kilos, I reckon.
Yeah.
And about 175 centimetres. So he's only not very tall, not very heavy, but he's lightning quick. And he puts defences on edge. Every time he gets the ball, you got to light up, inside, outside, everywhere, because he bounces across the field so quickly. He's a great.
He was good.
Great pickup for the Storm.
Do you know what I learnt? Alex Johnston, you bloody legend. 213 tries.
Now, everyone that remembers where they were. I was at Fox Sports on the panel.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I was literally at home and watching it. I was watching Fox Sports. I texted Dan Ganane as soon as it went. I said, great call, mate.
Yeah.
I love the fact.
You do a great job,
mate. I love the fact. You know what I liked even more about it? I loved, and well done to Fox on this, the vision of back in the sheds and then watching Wayne come in, hunt everybody out, close the door, and read them the right act. And I've seen Wayne, but that was stuff that you don't see of Wayne. That's the Wayne that a lot of people don't see. But I did look, there's an argument that, Souths were on a roll. It probably put them, but it had that had to happen at some point.
Had to happen.
Yeah. Albo, don't make it about you, mate. Get off the field. I mean, what he did
he's
do...
a South man,
but mate, get off the field. You're the Prime Minister. Get off the field, mate.
Well, you don't want him to come to the game. That's
I want him to come to the game, but, he's a dignitary. Stay there.
He's having a bit of fun,
He's not... Mate, don't try and act like he's one of the real people, because he's just not. He's just not,
mate. Up in a housing commission.
Mate, he had 5 security around him. He can't be that real. If you're real serious, what about the bloke who took a stubby and a pie, put it down, went over there, and then got upset because the pie and stubby got kicked over and picked up? Like, there was a lot of people went it, but it was a special night.
Night.
Well done, Alex Johnston. We called his first try, you and I.
Yeah.
We actually called his first try at Suncorp Stadium. 213. I thought the touch from South with the gold number 2, they changed the jersey. Brilliant. I thought they handled it well. I'm pleased it's done, and now everybody can get on with it. It won't be a talking point. He'll go on and score some more tries this year. Brett Reid said yesterday on the Simbin he doesn't think he'll ever get beaten, and I agree. I don't think it will.
Well, I think it will. I think it will.
Well, not in our time, mate. Not in our time, it won't.
Well, there's a lot of people that have passed away since Ken Irvine.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think
the record.
I don't think it gets.
Think the way that the wingers score tries now and how good they are at scoring tries. The corner post now is not in play.
No, it's not in play, so that changes things out, and that obviously. But it was good. Well done. That's what I liked. I do think the 6 again. I think everybody needs to take a breath.
Yeah.
Now, what's your take on it?
I'm sort of going to put a bit in each camp. I'm going to put a lot of responsibility on the players. Now, they know, right? And they got letters, they got emails, they got description of what's going to happen in the opening weeks of the competition.
Yep.
Right? So, and what players haven't been very smart. So, when you lose control on the tackle or you don't win the tackle, Dobbo, that's when you start grabbing for the ball or you try and push them sideways or all these little instructions that they get that they learn at training to slow, when you lose the ruck, these are methods to slow the game down, to get control of the ruck again. And they're doing it. And I'm not saying all the time, because sometimes the referees are just too happy to wave their hand again. So it's a bit of a responsibility of both. Now, in the game at Leichhardt, we'll get to it in a minute, right?
Yep.
But in the opening 10 minutes, I think there was 4 or 5 6 agains, 2 penalties, and a sin bin. Did you see the game?
Yeah, I watched the game. Grant Atkins was well within his rights to do that, but Tommy Dearden and Todd Payton's comments afterwards, Todd Payton goes, I wish they refed it like they did in Vegas. Tom Dearden goes, well, I don't think we didn't know what it was. So the NRL, after those comments yesterday morning, went back and listened to the tape, and there was an explanation given for every single one.
Right.
So Tom Dearden might not have heard of it because of the speed of the game. Now, we asked Tino about this yesterday because what's happening is teams are having to defend and fatigue setting in.
Well,
and
not just defend for
but mate,
like for 15 or 16, 17 tackles in a row on their try line.
Well, don't infringe.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Take some
I'm with you, mate,
responsibility.
on this.
But also, the referees, just be conscious early in the game.
It will settle down a little bit.
It's going to be a little bit messy.
It will settle down a little bit. You accept that. They'll find in the next couple of weeks there'll be common ground. There will be some settling down of that. I agree with you on that. I do think, though, that we are only 2 weeks in, and what we're seeing is the emergence of how much fatigue does come into this game with this.
Well, all the coaches are talking about it, so that's obviously something.
There'll be obviously something happening at some point as well. Broncos, obviously, they're going to talk about the defence. We're going to unpack it, but I have to talk about the difference, right? But before we even start, I want to just give a big shout out to Clear Mountain Stud. And
had some big sales over the weekend.
Magic Millions over the weekend.
Bobby.
Bob and Mick, well done. They sold 6 yearlings for a total of $262,000 to average over $43,000 each. Now, the draft was headed by that Worthy Cause. We talk about Worthy Cause all the time. That's their number one stallion.
Yep.
And the Girls Allow Filly sold for $80,000 to Hong Kong buyers, Law Bloodstock. Other highlights, strong demand for the Sobogue Princess Cedars Colt, purchased through Dyer Thoroughbred Racing for $65,000. Operating in a selective and tough market, Clear Mountain Draft attracted interest from both domestic and international buyers.
That's pretty good,
mate, really good. It was a tough market, and so to average that, keep watching for the future champions. Well done to Clear Mountain Stud. Did a great job. Bob, you'd be happy. And
he's
in
not
other
happy
news,
with his Broncos, though, mate.
No, he's not, mate. Mick is obviously a big part of it. Mick and Lisa, we think the world of you. Mick's birthday tomorrow, St. Paddy's Day.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy
Mick.
birthday tomorrow. It's also my twins' birthday tomorrow as well.
Right.
St. Paddy's Day, so to
You're
Banks and Forbes.
celebrating the milestone with the boys?
Vapiano's. We're going to Vapiano's, mate.
Right.
That's where they wanted to go. Vapiano's in Ipswich Mall, so we'll be
That's
going there tomorrow.
obviously
It's an Italian chain, yeah.
What do the boys have for when they...
Pasta. That's what they want.
Love it.
Pasta. Yeah, and garlic bread. Garlic bread. Their
Righto.
breath smells like garlic
So
bread. So,
that's what
well
we
done to
learned-
the difference. You said the difference was hammer.
Well, you laughed at me. You took the,
Well,
Mickey
it's an
out of
easy
me.
pick. It's an easy pick to have the hammer.
Well, mate, he wasn't that good the week before the hammer. He was a bit off.
Well, he was the difference
He
yesterday.
found his running at Suncorp, mate.
Yeah, he was the difference, and we will talk about that. But you got the difference right. Well done to the hammer.
So it means I keep the difference hat this
You
week?
keep the difference hat. Clear Mountain Stud, well done, and well done on their March yearling sales. You can go and have a look at them anytime. You can see behind Kevin, breeding, spelling, breaking, training. Clear Mountain Stud, they do it right. They were the hammer was the difference, and you got that one right.
Bang.
Let's unpack round two. We talked about the Broncos
Yeah,
on
let's just
Friday.
skip over the Broncos.
Well,
right,
just
I've
quickly,
got one question.
Yeah,
One question for you.
Go.
You're going on their training run.
Yeah, this morning.
You went there. You're going this morning. What's happening at Brendan Piakura? Is he back this week?
They believe he's back.
Right. I think
Reynolds will play as well.
Yeah. Well, we had Reno on the Fox
Yeah.
down at Fox on Saturday night on the panel.
Friday night.
Yeah, he played Thursday. Friday night. He does a great job on the telly, Reno. He's pretty good with his comments.
So are you, mate?
Yeah. He was confident of playing on Friday night. Now, would have settled down. He'll get an injection. Drinkwater's been playing with a similar injury. He's he's vital for the Broncos. Reno's got to play on.
There will be changes in that side. There's going to be changes. Picker will come back. Gajeski's out. They will bring somehow Grant Anderson will be involved in that side this week.
Right. Well, that's to be.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, well, we'll see it
tomorrow.
later in the week. We'll talk about the Broncos because that's a big one for them against the Storm.
We did unpack them. The fallout hasn't been that crazy over the weekend.
It's round two, Dobbo.
Round two.
Keep your hats on, folks.
Yeah. Well, they play Melbourne, and then they got the Dolphins.
They've got to fix their defence, though, Dobbo.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
I want to make a formal apology to everybody right now about the Warriors. I may have doubted them.
Right.
How wrong some can be.
Yeah, we both got that one wrong.
We said Ricky's team, 40 points to 6 in driving rain. It could have been anything. And I thought Ricky's comments about Andrew Webster in the press conference and just the praise he gave the Warriors was a true reflection of what a great man he was.
Yep. Jury's still out for mine. I want to see him play in Australia a few times.
Oh, geez, you're harsh. I mean,
well,
34 unanswered
that's
points
one
in
of
the second half.
More tougher away trips, that one. And the Storm, I think, are one of the more difficult away trips. Just that New Zealand crowd, the rain, the driving rain sometimes.
What about Leka Halasima?
And
you had a rap on this kid?
Yeah, I like him, yeah.
Tanner Boyd. Talk about throwing a bloke to the scrap heap. He goes over there. No Metcalf. Still no Mitch Barnett's. No Metcalf.
No, he was in the
the squad. But he wasn't there. And mate, you lost Capewell, and you lost Capewell prior to the game kickoff. Yeah. So I mean, let's give them dues. They've won 2. They've beaten the Roosters, and they've beaten the Raiders. Yeah, they've done well. So I mean, I get the jury's out.
6 weeks we'll know what the competition's going to to look like. We're still finding, but they look to be up and about. Very good side. Very good side at the moment. Right?
Roosters 26, Rabbitohs 18. To all you Daly Cherry Evans baggers, boo you. He showed why he was better, much better. I mean, he did miss that tackle on Fafita, which obviously set up the Alex Johnston try. But mate, he was very classy.
Yeah, I liked what both him and of course Sam Walker in the halves were better for the run. You know, and we said it I think on the podcast last week. That first game, New Jersey, different colours. It would have been a different situation for DC to be in. He's used to Manly, the stripes, all that. So, and it was away as well in New Zealand, makes it even harder. Back more comfortable in Sydney playing. Yeah, it was a good performance from him. The Roosters will play their best football again in about 6 weeks' time. They've had some change in the spine, got a few players. They're still. Victor Radley's not even. When's he back? About round 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's not back yet as well.
Got a few weeks. You know, they've got some good young forwards there. They can certainly score points, and stopping them was the key, and they did that.
No Billy Smith either. So you know he was out. He was out because of concussion.
Let's talk about. Did you see that photo of Reece Walsh on socials?
No.
You did see it. You're playing Smokey on me.
No, I haven't seen it. What one?
He's on a Harley or a motorbike with the full kit on with a mate of his.
Right.
Well,
that's Reece. I've seen a photo of Reece before. With no helmet on, no shoes on, at Redcliffe on a motorbike. That was when he was a younger boy, when he was playing for the Warriors. But
yeah, right.
I mean, yeah.
It just reminded me, like Billy Smith. He
was on an e-scooter.
With another player. On the way to training? Or returning from training.
Had a buster.
Right. See, I don't think players should be on any of those sort of things.
I agree. You tell Reece that. You go and tell Reece that he can't ride a motorbike.
Well, I'm telling you now, Reece. Right now.
You listen to Uncle Kev. How's the roast going? When are we having the roast?
Yeah, it's coming. The roast is coming, right?
Yeah.
But I did hear Trent Robinson asked the question in his presser, how do you feel about it? And he didn't say gazumped. But most clubs have got rules. Like when I coached at the Catalan, the ski fields were 2 hours away.
No snow skiing.
No snow skiing. Not allowed to.
Yeah, I get that. That's nice. I get the motorbike thing as well. I really do. I think they should. Right. I think that's smart. I think it's smart. I don't think e-scooters are the right way either. I think e-bike, all that stuff.
Anyway,
I get it.
You want your best players on the field, don't you?
Yeah.
And so eliminate. You can't chain them up and say, mate, go home, go to bed. But there's got to be a little bit of common sense there. Somewhere.
I agree.
Would you agree?
I agree. Leichhardt, how special was Leichhardt Oval? You were there for this one.
Mate, it was amazing scenes, Dobbin.
Mate, unbelievable. And mate, what about the spirit fingers at the scoreboard? Every time the scoreboard changes, they're all the hill do spirit. I love Leichhardt. Now, Brent Reid, the urinals don't work. There's no Wi-Fi. They had a DJ in the press box. I get all that. I get it. But mate, rugby league is built on Leichhardt Oval and Belmore and Brookie, and the fabric of it for me was awesome, and they were so good. They beat the Cowboys 46 points to 16. They got some dramas in North Queensland. I can tell you now, there's dramas in North Queensland. I don't care what you say.
Because they haven't won a game yet. There's other teams that haven't won a game.
Kevie, they did a review 2 years ago. All the S&C got cleared out. Last year, all the assistants got cleared out. They've done the review. Mate, they got beaten by soundly. We know Newcastle are a better side than most people give credit. Well, they got beaten by Newcastle. But 46 points to 16, I get there was a sin binning. I get that nothing went their way. But, mate, there's some real issues there. They take on the Titans next week.
I felt sorry for Todd Payton because...
Why?
Well, the Tigers were his former club.
He won a premiership there.
And before the game, because I got there nice and early with the commentary, he saw all of his ex-teammates. And that'd be... Benji was in that side. I'm just trying to think some of the...
Princey. They were all there, mate.
And they're all now part of the Tigers staff.
Chris Heinington. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
There was like 5 or 6 of them there. And then he's gone back in and the game started. And it was all over, really, at half time.
Men against boys, I thought. It was men against boys.
We did see a fight back. They've got something to build on for this week there in that second half, Dobbo. They got themselves back in the game. Where are the Tigers?
Mate, they lack discipline.
Yeah,
they lack some punch in the middle and
I'm
effort
not-
areas of defence. Like
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't disagree with you there,
Yeah.
but they're all fixable with a bit of attitude and a good week's training. And they're playing the Titans this week.
yeah, Dewey Luai, do you like that? The halves
that's
combination.
Good combo. I think
Mate, geez, I like Jareen Buller.
Luai
Oh.
had his best game. Now, he hasn't re-signed there. What's
No,
happening there?
He's got an option in his favour.
Is he trying to get a bit more coin or what's
I'm hearing the Dogs. I'm hearing the
Bulldogs?
Dogs.
Fullback?
Maybe. They'd like him.
Well, I'm
They're
sure
trying
a lot
to push
of teams,
Burton. They're trying to push Burton out.
and Bronson Cherry.
And Bronson Cherry, but we don't. That got denied and Scuttlebuck, and you know,
See,
so
that was messy in Sydney
it
yesterday.
was.
All that talk.
But look, Cowboys need a victory. They got the Titans next week at home, first time
That's their
home.
first home game. They've been
Yeah,
away
yeah.
two tough away trips.
They need
Leichhardt
to win.
Oval's a tough one.
Yeah, they've had Vegas and Leichhardt Oval. Yeah,
Can we just back off on the something going on up there until we get to 6 weeks, and then I'll let you have your free say. All right? Is that a deal?
ring the travel agent. Ring the travel agent. I'm telling you now.
Righto. Next one.
Anyway,
Who's up next?
he doesn't like that when I talk about it. I know it's
coaches,
early.
mate. I'll protect coaches,
No,
yeah.
I'm not talking about the coach. I'm saying potentially book the team trip.
Oh,
Koh Samui. I'm
gotta
just,
get-
I'm just
Dobbo.
saying. I'm just saying. Start ringing and ripping around for the travel agent. I just, like,
that's early call, mate. Early. Round two. We've got 25 rounds to go.
I'm just saying.
Haven't even had a buy yet.
I'd just be making inquiries if this is the way it's going to head. Storm 46, Dragons 20. Dragons were right in this one. I think 2018 with 23 to play. I'm like, oh, there could be an upset here. Val scores. Don't ever doubt the Storm. They are.
The killer blow was Harry Grant's try.
Harry Grant, mate.
And that was a simple try. That
Yeah.
should have been stopped.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Harry's in pretty good touch.
Yeah.
Oh, Harry Grant. He's a good player. The Storm, mate, they've been impressive with their start. I mean,
Yeah.
they put the cleaners through the Eels, round one,
Yeah.
right? And then that's a tough away trip.
There were doubters of the Melbourne Storm. I
Not
may
you.
have been one of them.
No, you weren't.
Yes,
mate.
I was. I didn't
You're
have him in my 8.
You were playing along.
I didn't have him in my 8.
Well, I hope you got him in there now.
No, I've had to change.
You've got him in the top 4, I hope.
No, I haven't got him in
Not
top
in your top 4?
No, not yet.
What's
no.
your top 4 look like?
Hey, I'll keep that
No.
opinion.
All right.
In round 6, I'll be delivering that.
Right, that's fine. But Storm are in my top 4,
Of
sure.
course they are. I don't know why ever anybody doubts. It's like the Penrith Panthers. There's a
Panthers.
system there that they. This is how
Roosters.
yeah,
Are in my top 4.
yeah.
And I still got the Broncos sneaking through there.
Good for you.
Right.
Good for you.
Keep the faith, Dobbo. And the good teams, they're going to show up.
Dragons look better in attack.
They were better. They scored. It's not easy to score against the Storm. They're a pretty good defensive
Yeah,
side.
they look good.
I like that young kid that's come in on the left centre for the Storm, former rugby sevens player. Leo, is it?
Yeah.
He
goes
looks
good.
He scored a very good individual.
Val look good as well.
And I think he's going to be a bit like Will Warbrick.
Warbrick, yeah.
He's going to be a very important part of that side this year, I reckon.
Well, that's where you got to
young
go and try and get some of these players. Like, I mean, we've seen the Nwanganita Arce, we've seen Will Warbrick, these guys coming from sevens across, and it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of faith.
Yeah.
But, mate, if they can't crack it into the 15, man, why wouldn't you? I mean, Nwanganita Arce, he's a dual international now.
Yeah.
And he'll go back there.
The other one, the one at Bathurst, we already spoke about the Panthers.
Yeah,
they're the real deal, mate.
Real deal, mate.
They're
real
abouts.
deal. All right, let's go to 4 Pines. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Knights 36, Manly 16, but it came at a cost.
Big cost.
Yeah, hamstring to Ponga, PCL to
The NRL physio, how good is he?
yeah, but it's
He's
four
just so good
weeks. What is it? 4 to 6 for
3 to 5 weeks. he
3 to
said,
5 weeks. That'll be it for. But mate, Sharp will be back. Hunt played
yeah.
well.
Fletcher Hunt, I had him up in PNG, mate. He's a gun.
Mate, there's some good footballers there, and I want to say to Justin Holbrook, good on you, mate. I'm
Yeah.
happy for you.
You've done a
So
very
two
good
wins,
job.
2 wins in 2 weeks. They won over in Vegas. He was happy. They beat the Cowboys and they beat Manly. Now I'm not saying those two teams are going to be contending for the title, but you got to get your wins on the road. They haven't played at home yet.
No.
4 Pines is a hard place to play.
Normally it is.
Yeah, mate.
Anthony Seibold.
Well, he says they're below the mark. Well, I don't understand how this happens. Now you talk about there's something going on. Something's not right there.
No, there's another one, is it?
I'm not saying, but there's something not right at Manly. You can see that.
Yeah.
It's clear as clear. They were so bad and off yesterday. There's no reason for that.
No.
Their side looked good.
Particularly at 4 Pines.
I get they got
big
Kobe
crowd in.
Yeah, but mate, Kobe Etherington's only playing 40 minutes in the middle. I mean, Ethan Bullymore, like these guys, and you got Jake playing 60 minutes. Mate, Jake's slow at the moment. Like, I'm not being rude.
No.
Being a great footballer, but mate, he's got an option in his favour next year.
Yeah.
Jake Dorojevic has got an option in his favour to be at Manly next year.
Well, he's going to be there. You're not.
Well,
going to
you're not going to walk up away from that. But I tell you what, there's some. It's worrying signs if I'm a Manly, and they've got a good roster. Something's not gelling there at the moment. Now it's only week 2. I get it.
Come and say it after 6 weeks.
After 6 weeks,
Right?
all right.
Righto. And
Last night I called this game. Dolphins 18.
do you know what I was
Titans 14.
disappointed with the crowd at Suncorp?
Oh mate, it's the last game of the. There was
So many good players
16,000
there on
I
show
know.
from both sides.
16,000, but mate, it's Sunday night. I mean, come on. You got a 4X derby on a Sunday night.
Yeah, okay.
Titans don't travel, right? Their fans don't travel. Dolphins had their.
Don't travel. It's 100 kilometres.
I get it, but they just don't travel at the moment. They were beaten by 50 the week before. I think it's got to have better billing than that. That's me.
Right.
I don't think it's a fair.
Well,
and
it's a
you know
Sunday
what?
night game,
And mate,
isn't it?
you know what? Well, and that's next
the
week.
Gold Coast.
That's next week as well. You know, like Cowboys Titans next Sunday night. You know, like
up in
Townsville.
Well, the Townsville folk, they don't like that game.
That's
that
what they
time
get.
slot.
That's what they get. And so that's the drama that you get.
Well, the Titans were better in defence, so weren't they?
Way better. But at 14-0,
Conceding 18.
at 14-0 with 20 to go,
They had the game won.
you don't lose those games. And that's what I think Josh Hannay will be frustrated with.
Yeah.
Because he actually said it. Lachlan Ellis was better, but the short drop out when you're leading, go deep, my friends. Go
long,
deep.
son.
And Sami knocks it back. Fini Fuyaki, bang. But their edges were very good. Lemuelu and Fini Fuyaki, very good.
Big, strong,
Mate,
athletic
big, strong.
players.
And Hammer, when it mattered, he went down that eastern touchline. They opened him up like a can of spaghetti. Bang.
Yeah.
Try. And then Hammer jumps Keanu Kinney. But the best for me, Hammer, man of the match.
Yeah.
I thought Fini Fuyaki very good, and Kinney was the best for the Titans. He was very good as well.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. I think both teams are in for a good season. I think the Dolphins will finish.
Yeah, mate, I'm a bit disappointed with the Dolphins.
Well,
they're not
starting-
showing me a lot at the moment.
Well, they won from 2 this year.
Yeah.
It's a better start than
Well,
they had
they
last
got the
year.
Sharks.
This-
This will be a real test
Yeah,
for them.
it's a good test.
They got the
Sharks
Sharkies.
are a leveller.
They need Kurt Donahue back. Marshall King back.
Marshall
Francis
King,
Molo's there. I think Flegg's in doubt.
Yeah.
Flegg's in doubt.
He's
but
got
you've
rib damage
Yeah,
too,
but
hasn't
you
he?
got Molo, but he'll be right for the Broncos. But you've got Molo coming back into that side as
Yeah.
well. So,
And it was good to see Max Plath back on the field
mate,
too.
how good?
General.
How good is he?
Yeah, he's good, Max.
How good? He went well.
We're a fan.
So, all in all, I thought the Titans were better, much more improved, but still a long way to
Still
go.
off, yeah.
Now, questions for Kev. We love questions for Kev, and I'll just get my questions for Kev.
All right. There better be some good ones here this week.
Well,
It's
we'll
a
just
terrific
see.
weekend of rugby league.
What
a weekend.
Okay, here we go. Darcy, thank you. Questions for Kev. We'll go through them. Favourite best friend moment with Dobbo?
Oh, there's been too many.
I know what my favourite moment is. You want to know what my favourite moment is? I'll tell you a story. We'll go back to 2014.
Oh, here we go.
We'll go back to 2014. Kevie decided one day that he didn't like his fence at his house. So he rang up
Bit of free
myself and looked for free labour. Now, I might have been
It wasn't
100.
just you.
No, Steve Kearney, Gordon Tallis, myself.
Yeah.
And we were given on
Strict
the
instructions.
Yeah, and false pretense that, hey, come over, I'll cook a barbie for you
Yeah,
and
steak.
give you some
Nice
beers.
big, thick steak.
Give you some beers if you come and help me do that. And Jack was he's still a builder at this stage, just
Yeah.
learning his trade. He was going to put this fence. So away we went. We slaved. I was 160 kilos at that stage. I wasn't looking after myself, but
We
we
were
were on
putting you
the
in the
borough.
barrow.
We were on the borough, and mate, we worked and worked and worked.
You did work hard that day.
Mate, unbelievable. Sweat pouring out of me. Gordy as well.
Yeah.
Do you think I've ever, I just want to say ever in my time had a beer at Kevie's? No. Do you think I've ever had a steak at Kevie's or even a barbecue?
No.
Never once. That's the story. There's a best friend story.
That's it.
And
Right,
yeah, it shows you.
I loved our time on the Dead Set Legends. That was
Yeah,
good every
we had
Saturday morning.
good. We went to, we did. We went to, I'll tell you, we went to Toowoomba once. Remember we went to Toowoomba? We went to Toowoomba and we did the what's the Toowoomba?
race day,
the Wheatwood.
Yeah,
we did the Wheatwood. Kevie was the guest speaker and I was his tag along. I say, mate, can you hold the phone while we take a photo? Kev, like, mate, they're paying me to come up there as well. Anyway, I was a cheap photographer. Hey, Kev, how do the Broncos fix the edge defence?
Piakura back will help, and on that right side, they've just been a little bit off on both sides. Even the middle defence is a bit off too, but it's not far away, Dobbo. You can sense, when you're when you've got the quality of players that the Broncos have at their disposal, there's only so much noise you can say about them before they react and respond.
Yeah.
Now, we saw a response against Parramatta, but they couldn't hold it. It was 20-0, wasn't it, or 18-0 after
20 points to 6.
Yeah, 20-6. So I wouldn't surprise me if they beat the Storm this week.
Yeah. Do you think Reno should play this weekend? Thank you, Nathan Peterson.
Yeah, if he's fit, play him. He's a very important part of the Broncos and how they play their footy. Good in defence, kicking game's important, and his goal kicking too. It's very important.
We've always had a leading try scorer called the Ken Irvine Medal. No, this is a very good question from Sarah Jane. Do you think now that AJ has beaten that, it should be called the Alex Johnston Medal?
No, Irvine Johnson Medal, I reckon.
So hyphenate.
Hyphenate.
Yeah, very good. I like that. That's a really good question, Sarah. Well done. So how many games are high scoring? Have the rule changes done? There's been a lot of 40-point games so far.
Yeah, there has. I think it's got a little bit to do with it. Also, player fatigue early in the season. I know they spent a whole pre-season training and getting fit and strong, but it's always different when you start playing. We saw it in the trials as well, but there was some lopsided scores there, mainly because of the personnel on the field. This one's more, I think it's a bit of attitude from the players, and also a bit of imbalance in the squads, in the difference in the good squads. Although 50s are, you got them going to Koh Samui.
Well, I'm saying just ring the travel agent.
Ring the travel agent, right.
Now, Roads Walk
Hold
podcast,
tight.
we do like your podcast and a big shout out to you. But this push for bringing back Nick Davis as the ground announcer at, they sacked the ground announcer at the Broncos.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that was
Nick
a sad
Davis,
day.
That was a sad day for Nick Davis. We know personally. There has been some calls within rugby league circles to bring him back. Roads Walk, don't make statements. This is questions for Kev. If you want to make a statement, there's platforms for that. Bring back Nick Davis is a statement. It's not a question.
Is he coming back, do you think?
I think that they've gone in a different direction.
Well, the Broncos are on the road this week, so they've got a bit of time to
make that.
Are they at home to the Dolphins next week? The Broncos,
yes.
Right.
Yeah. Kevin Walters, Adam, would you be interested in coaching Manly? I'm going to answer that. There's not a job at Manly, so
there's no
job at Manly, so we won't be speculating. And Kevy being a coach, I'll speak on behalf of Kevy. He's never ever going to talk on another coach because he doesn't wish that on. So please, and I say this seriously, we're not talking about coaches getting sacked. That's my job. He will not comment. Full stop.
Well said, Dobbo.
Is it time to bring Grant Anderson into the side?
I wouldn't have thought so. I think the talent was there last year.
Yeah.
Where are you going to play him? What position?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Might be. He's been sitting on the pine.
He's been and he was training at 6.
5'8". Well, you're not going to put him. Well, that's probably for the utility value, is it? In case. Yeah, I think the Broncos have got enough there at the minute to do better than what they're actually doing.
How do the Broncos improve their marker work? Lots of players left on the ground or offside. Well, the difference isn't there. I'll tell you what the difference is. We need the difference back.
The difference won't be there for 20 weeks, so or another 18 weeks maybe. Yeah, I think I see a lot of that in the modern game now. Players on the ground, just the speed of play the ball early in the season. Maybe the 6 agains have enhanced that as well. But I don't think it's just the Broncos. I think a lot of players get caught on the ground. That's when you lose a tackle. You get
Oren Keeley was on the ground when Verrills dropped Cooper Buyback underneath in that game yesterday, and mate, you just open up like the heads, the Sydney Heads.
He's a good player, that Cooper Boy, isn't he?
Mate, at 19, can I just talk about that? 19 coming off the back fence, mate.
He's doing the carries off the kickoff.
He's doing the carry off the kickoff at 19, and no fear, mate. No. I was like, mate, because I haven't watched a lot of him. I know there's been big raps on him, but I called that game yesterday. I was like, wow. Wow. Like, I can understand what the hype's about. That's real. Like, he's only going to get better, mate. Like, and big body and no fear.
He'll force his way into the 13 jumper
Oh, he has to be.
Sooner rather than later.
No, he has to be. So that's it. There was a question, and I will answer this. Alex Rusty, should the Broncos sign Dearden once Reynolds and Hunt leave? Well, they got Jonah Pezzett. They got Ezra Mam. They've got Tom Duffy, and Tom Dearden ain't leaving North Queensland.
No, he's not
going. He's rusted on there,
right
mate. Club
now.
captain. Thank you. All the questions to Kev. Now, we'll be back on Thursday. A lot to get through this week. Once again, Clear Mountain Star, a big thank you to them who are huge supporters. And I said they had a cracking March Magic Million sale, selling 6 for a total of 262,000 to average 43. The Worthy Cause, we talk about this great stallion, Worthy Cause. Well, one of their fillies sold, Worthy Cause Girls Aloud filly, 80,000 to Hong Kong buyers. Good on you, Mick. Good on you, Lisa. Happy birthday to Mick and Bob, mate. We got your back, brother. Just calm down, have a Bex, cup of tea, relax, and it'll be okay. It'll be all okay. The Bronx, they're up against the Melbourne Storm. We'll preview that game later in the week. Have a great week. Still, you got to love rugby league. Round 3, fast approaching. See you later.